them in this matchup. That said, INTZ now starting over on the CT side. They get to pick, obviously, because it's the map pick of Grayhound. I'm hoping that on the back of seeing these AWPs coming out a little bit sooner, maybe getting off to a good start, not just getting bashed for 11 rounds straight. Yes. You know, how it's going to take a tremendous amount of mental fortitude and not just, you know, ability on top of that then to come back from a scoreline like that. If you can get off to a good start here, if you're INTZ, I do feel like there is a chance. So let's see, pistol round underway, and INTZ already, you can see, purchased up actually a CZ on Cello to play up on top hut. I wanted to mow down this play if Grayhound go for it.
Grayhound have a lot of good T-side pistols, so let's see where this one goes. They could go through that main smoke or just wrap hell. INTZ, 4 players on that upper site right now, so even if Grayhound go for this split through heaven, I mean, the positioning is strong for this CT side. It's going to be the lobby crunch that could be the problem. Dick Stacy getting a frag. Now they're just running out through this site. Destiny, he's looking below, but he should be looking up, and he realizes, but the timing is so unfortunate. He gets the kill anyway, but there's so many more players. Destiny, only 2 kills, but he might have done his job. Zand coming back in with another, and Yells on the ramp flank as well. Players up in main, but they're also being wrapped from Dexter outside, who won't get much further. INTZ, that heavy A-side presence does work out for them, and Destiny hits some crucial shots.
I think it's very important to remember yesterday, Grayhound, they got 1 round on their T-side. That was it. The entire second half, it was looking so good for them. If you remember, Hugo, we thought they were going to clean sweep that crazy game. And then it all fell apart T-side. It really did feel like they were running into that brick wall that Nuke can so often feel like. Here, pistol round doesn't go their way. So they will be investing up into this round. A sea of SMGs on the other side, so I tell you what, like, there's a good chance you could find something here. It's the lack of head armor that I feel like could cause some problems for Grayhound. KNG's getting pressured though, he's getting pressured hard. He's might need some support, or he might just cut them both down with a PT-50 solo. And now they get into the A side of things. The Cello, still waiting in the wings, has just been hidden away in this A bomb site. He'll make his presence known. Smiking down to INTZ, find that very clean conversion, considering the buy they had and considering the buy from Grayhound. And now they should go 3-0 up to kickstart this one. INTZ almost already outdoing their performance from Train.
Ouch. But yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, this is definitely going to be confidence boosting, at least to start this map off. But Harry, do remember, they got the opening 3 rounds of Train and then went 11-4 down. So not why I expect that to happen here at all, considering they're on CT side Nuke. It shouldn't let themselves get too ahead of themselves, I guess. That bomb gets dropped, attempts to go down the vent room, and so does everyone else, really. No kills for Grayhound, it was only Glocks there. When INTZ, well, they just tear them apart. 3-0, buy is in for Grayhound. They're not going to have the AWP unless Sicko forfeits the head armor. Always a possibility, but you know SMGs are in play, so you have to take that into account. And he will opt against it. Probably the right call here. You don't need Norb so early on the T side of it. Proves to be a problem when KNG gets his, which he already does. Then you can go for yours.
If you remember, Sicko yesterday was a real force to be reckoned with. CT side or T side, we saw him bring the AWP out once, and that was one of the closest times that Grayhound came to getting a T side round properly. So I would love to see them make that more of a priority here. If they're not able to win this round, I would just love to see a couple of saves. You know, don't do that standard just churning out AKs for the first 7 or 8 rounds and fall to some massive deficit. Because I do feel like Sicko has a lot to offer this team when he's got the big green gun in hand. Now over here at ramp, Yell's going to get tested. He's only got that MP9, so he immediately drops off down ramp. Grayhound, they've taken this portion of the map. This doesn't necessarily mean a commitment, though. We've seen them do this a lot, where they take this ramp room control and they use it to try and work other portions of the map. Right now, it's looking like that's going to be hell. And with Zand getting dropped from the equation, the only man who could keep an eye on this avenue, this A bomb site is looking very tempted just to wrap right into here and now for Grayhound.
Yeah, you can see Yell was tempted to get aggressive back on ramp from B after he lost his teammate, but instead of taking a dangerous route of rotation, he will safely move in from the lower secret. Thing is, Zerkos is covering this. 2 SMGs coming in through that lower stairwell. It's all on timing. Urkast's gun sticking out currently, but he's got time to get that kill. Does he expect the second player? No. But Dexter's taking down Destiny on that top A side. Yell coming in from the back. Does get that trade, but it might be all too late. He's down to 10. KNG's the last alive now, and he has the AWP on B. So out of this round, it seems Grayhound picking up their first. I love that round the world strategy, though. As you say, don't necessarily take ramp and hit B or even just back off into the lobby. They go towards Hell. They win another crucial fight. Dick Stacey gets a big entry there onto Zand. And from then on, if you kill the Hell player, it's a hard fight to take as a ramp player, but if you kill that Hell player, you have so many options. You can go back into lobby, you can hit B, you can flank outside, you can go up heaven. I mean, the world is your oyster, Harry. And Grayhound are going to be dining on seafood tonight.
The thing that's so great about it is they don't just dedicate their forces all in towards ramp. They hold secret, and what that allows you to do. Oh, this is a great save from KNG. He's able to hold on to that. But what having, I think it's Dick Stacey towards outside. I'm not sure if it was, but they have a man over towards.
Urkast.
Okay, they have Urkast over outside, and he's just been keeping an eye on secret and mini all round. So the second you deal with that one player in Hell, you know not only have you got Hell, not only have you got Heaven, you've got outside as well, because you've been keeping an eye on the only other two places that get you to that outside area of the map. And so at that point, you've realized, well, they're either in A or on B. And we're pretty good because we can come from everywhere. Grayhound are like cockroaches, man. That's what they should rename to. They're just crawling out the woodwork.
Yeah, cockroach is not as good as a branding name.
No, definitely not. But it would go with Dick Stacey, wouldn't it? Because then you'd have cocks on your guns as well.
I'm Dick Stacey and we are cockroaches. Sounds like
Is that how he sounds to you?
No, but I was just imagining like some 16-year-olds making a band in their mum's basement, you know? Some real Scott Pilgrim stuff.
Oh, Dexter.
Oh, he just missed him.
Oh, Dexter, they've missed each other. It's like the yin and the yang of one another, the sun and the moon. They're just destined to never come blow for blow. Dexter.
He's not going to realize it's too far gone at this point.
And that's the thing. This can lead to a decent deal of misinformation for Grayhound. As far as they believe, there's no one in secret. So the bomb is just running down this portion of the map. Dick Stacey, knife in hand. And this is where KNG slams that gauntlet down. Now they wait. Dexter, you activate. Yeah, KNG's gone. Maybe double up because there's another man waiting in the wings, and that's Destiny.
But this has still gone far worse than Grayhound would have anticipated, and INTZ know where the bomb's going as well. That's a great peek from Dexter. He goes with the nade. It offsets Destiny's aim. Yell's above. Not a good position with the AWP, but it's not going to be checked, and the attention is being drawn by Zand here at the ramp room. So Yell, his bad position suddenly becomes a very powerful one indeed. He can stop any bomb plant. Zand getting taken down by Sicko, who is on his own. 10 seconds. You've got to kill Yell first, and 9 seconds to get it. Yell's not going to let him get close. 8 kills of the AWP. That second AWP proving its worth here. Come on, come on. Don't leave KNG hanging. Not like this. There we go. Got there in the end. So another round for INTZ, Harry. Despite Grayhound picking up their first rifle, it's instantly responded to.
I have mad respect for pros who can hold their fists up the whole time, because I'm way too much of an awkward human being to keep an unreceived fist bump going for more than like a second. Just pistols out for Grayhound now. I mean, it's back to the drawing board, really. Where do they want this to end up? Couple of players towards outside. Dexter does have armor, and his Deeg has been pretty terrific. That said, the AWP and KNG back in CT, not something they've run into yet. KNG is doing a very good job of keeping them guessing. He's 11-1, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
That's kind of slid under the radar. But a phenomenal performance from him. And if he can keep this up, especially with the lack of AWPing presence over in the side of Grayhound, the fact that Sicko still hasn't had that gun yet, and we're 5-6 rounds into this game, KNG's just giving free roam with this AWP.
Yeah, it's not too profitable for Grayhound. That bomb's dropped down the vents, and Dick Stacey is coming in through the hut. It's being covered from 4 different positions here. Oh, KNG needs to keep that K nice and strong, and he will. Teammates helping him out, and INTZ locking in 5 rounds, 5 alive as well. Money is being made, and that's an important factor. It means that once Grayhound start to win T-side rounds, assuming that happens, that they're not going to immediately break INTZ to an eco. So now a bit of cash in the coffers.
But he has delayed it. The last job he's getting his position quite safely.
I never got that saying, cash in the coffers. Do they mean like in your throat? Like, why would you want money in your mouth?
No, coffers just means like wallet, doesn't it?
Oh, really? I don't know. I assume coffers was like your throat or something. You know, you cough from your throat. What else do you cough from? Nothing.
But then a coffin.
It was a different word, mate.
Well, so's coffers. It's like a slang term, isn't it?
All right, yeah, okay. I haven't thought this one through. In my defense.
I don't know if that's defense. Like, I didn't mean to kill him. I wasn't even thinking about it when I did it. Well, let's see.
Yeah, I didn't murder anyone.
Malta. He's down vents.
Oh, he
might be murdering people in there. Yeah, he's getting murdered instead. Destiny arriving down that vent very, very quickly. Cutting Malta down, and combined with the fact that once again, Malta had kind of usurped the man, gotten past Zan downstairs. Means that Grayhound, they don't really have a solid read as to how many players reside on this B-bomb site. Zan, Destiny, and I think Yell as well, all here.
This could get rough, so they're going to go upside instead, topsy-turvy in through the main room. KNG with the orb. Oh, that looked like he sit up, but he just misses it. Goes back for more, and he's always hungry for seconds. We've got his plate full. Plant coming down for Grayhound, and 4-on-3 on the retake. This should be INTZ's. Look at how Grayhound are boxed into the site. They have nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Masiko going to get aggressive, and he finds a kill. It's opened up some room, but Xandis closed that gap immediately. He's waiting for more contact to be made from his teammates, and the flash through. KNG gets caught in the heaven. That gives them some room to play with on this site. They still don't know where a second player is, because Yell threw a flash from Zan's position. As far as they know, it's only one man up, but now they've got the info, and Urcast is going to swing for this final fight. He'll show it. Grayhound, how on earth do they win that round? That's a 3-on-4 in the post plant, and INTZ had them contained. Great work nonetheless.
Yeah, and you can see those GG bet odds coming in. Now they've shifted, I think, down even more in favor of Grayhound here. Obviously, you know, being 1-0 up in the series is going to help you in that. Tactical pause, though, for Grayhound. And I like this call from them, right? Bit of time to discuss things through, make sure everyone's on the same page heading into this round. You know the importance of it, right? You've finally got INTZ's economy at breaking point. You've got it now in a position where if you pick up this round, it becomes a bit of a 2-for-1. So there's a lot riding on it for Grayhound in particular. Especially as well, you think about that round there. And even though they pick it up, it required a tremendous deal of individual skill from the 3 players in that 3v4 post plant, right? That wasn't a round win that was by any means guaranteed.
We might see here as well.
And so heading into a round as important as this, you do want to make sure everyone's on the same page.
I think we're on a bit of a pause for the time being either way, but I will say this is definitely far more positive for INTZ, and I imagine somewhat of the mental game has been recovered here. And it kind of goes both ways, right? It kind of swings, because Malta is 0-7 right now, and so considering he was the top fragger in the previous map, he's now having a bit of a rough start to this one. Well, that certainly works in INTZ's favor and against Grayhound, so I don't think this game is as clear-cut as we assumed it would be, and I think the CT side start has had all the difference in that. You know, I think if Grayhound started CT rather and went 11-4, INTZ would probably feel pretty crushed, even though that's not necessarily a bad half. Just being down so many rounds.
I do think as well, though, like you look at someone like Malta getting off to a bit of a slower start here. I wouldn't necessarily read into that too, because we've only seen 3 full buys thus far from the side of Grayhound.
I'm just thinking more of like, you know, if you're Malta in this situation, you're yet to get a kill. You've died every time you've tried anything.
Well, I think
you keep getting really good positions and nothing from them.
I think that technical pause was for Malta, because I noticed he hadn't bought anything. The admin was over by his computer working on stuff, so there might have been something else playing into that. I mean, I don't know.
He had to plug in Woxic's mouse.
Yeah. Not even Woxic has Woxic's mouse, mate, at this point.
No, because Malta has it, mate.
Oh, there we go. I get it.
There's the joke. Wah! This isn't live, for those wondering. Unless they're just practicing the hardcore parkour. But either way.
Oh, man, Malta's sick. Look at his running.
What are you?
He's a parkour genius. Oh.
Let's not pretend that that's harder than it is.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I mean, this has at least turned this somewhat around from, you know, they had 5 rounds in the previous map. Now at least they're 5-2 up, so that's better for INTZ. I'm sure they've somewhat gotten through the rut, and a lot of it is warming up, right? You don't know how much CS these guys have already played today in comparison to Grayhound, right? And none of them have played officials, but you know, Grayhound could have been practicing since 9 AM or the opposite, right? I mean, every team's different. Some teams burn out if they play too much.
The problem that I just have with this INTZ squad is I still haven't seen anything that's convinced me from my initial worry with this team, and that is that at times it could always feel like a bit of a one-man band, right? Like KNG's 12-2 right now, and for INTZ now, while it's great they're 5-2 up, the picture we painted heading into this round isn't a brilliant one. You know, their money is low, they're buying up, but they've got nothing left in the reserves. So potentially, Grayhound could go 4-5 up if they take this next round, right? Yeah. It's a very important one. Yeah. And considering you've got KNG going 12-2, the fact that the game can still feel this close is a pretty terrifying factor, right? Like, he's been multi-killing in every one of these rounds so far.
I just remember a lot of the T-side rounds back on a train where we would have KNG with the AWP. He would never be in a position to succeed, and that wasn't his fault. That was like, you know, they'd start the round, 3 of his teammates would die, and it's like, oh, KNG and this guy are in a 2-on-5. Like, you're not gonna win those rounds every time. You're not gonna get all those kills. So of course you're having rough times. At least now KNG is in a game where his teammates are getting the kills. They're making the space for him. Let's hope that continues. But Grayhound certainly don't want it to. They can get this money out of INTZ's hand, like you said. They can get rid of this AWP. Yeah, I think this game could really close up, and Grayhound could certainly take the lead.
I also feel like just AWPing CT side nuke is perfect for a man like KNG. We didn't really get to see any of his CT side AWPing over on train. That's important to bear in mind, you know. Here on nuke, it's great, especially for a CT side AWP, if you're very, you know, versatile and you can constantly be choosing when and where you kind of do and don't pick these fights with the AWP. Outside is where we've been seeing KNG early on, and then later, normally he's kind of one of these players rotating either into A or into ramp via Hell and Heaven. And this round, no different to that. He's over in the ramp room, keeping an eye on this. The rest of the guys are over at the A-bomb site. Grayhound haven't really shown anything just yet. Now the wall of smoke's going down towards outside, and this is what Yell was positioned for earlier on in the round. He's set up down in secret right now with that secondary AWP in hand.
Yeah, KNG's trying to get a view from Heaven there with the AWP, but luckily enough for Grayhound, they don't really have to worry about those AWPs just now. They are walking out ramp, and it is completely open for the taking. Of course, INTZ are able to give this one up, but they're going to know that Grayhound have taken this position. It costs utility to get out there. 25 seconds. Yell's rotating back down. We do have one player who came behind those outside smokes. That's Dexter, but Yell is certainly making things difficult. Making first kill with the AWP. Quick push from Dick Stacy in front of that Molotov. Dexter's catching rotations. They don't know he's here. Oh, Dexter, he finds 2. That could have been a 3K, but it might not matter because Grayhound hold the advantage and they hold the bomb plant.
Oh, but KNG, he's been so warmed up today. Finally laid to rest by Malta, and he'll double it up. 2 kills for him in the post plant. Grayhound at 3-5.
He's the backpack and Lenny will do the job.
And there we go, they do take that. So this should now be that 4-5 scoreline that they were searching for. An important round, and they pull it off. KNG, I was getting a little bit nervous there with him on ramp, right? Landing that first flick, you could see he was starting to get warmed up, but it was that close position of Malta that really did just blindside him.
And Malta's first 2 kills, most importantly, there in that post plant. And yeah, I mean, just look at that. You know, so you usually don't see the effect of sending like one player behind that smoke outside, but there it is, Dexter. He kills 2 players coming down through vents because they are so tunnel visioned in on the stairwell that they don't even consider that someone could have actually been behind those smokes. And that was indeed the case. 4 players down ramp, 1 through the yard, and Grayhound, they'll pick it up. INTZ, this is a rough one. They've gone for an attack pause just prior, so they can work out how they want to approach the next round. But you can't really buy here. You need the money.
Yeah, those 2 flashbangs, I'm thinking either outside push or lobby crunch. That's what it's got to be.
It's kind of hard to flash into lobby. Likely going to see that outside play.
Yeah, you can see Yell's up in Heaven with the flashbangs, so he's throwing them from far away. They'll pop. Oh, I thought it was going to be for outside, but he's actually flashing Squeaky.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. The game plan here, stack heaven, then burst into the bomb site, assuming you lose it, but Grayhound aren't going for A. They're running down ramp once again, so INTZ, whatever they're set up for, they're realizing now that they need to change their mind. Grayhound are going to go down towards that B bomb site, and there is no one here currently. It's going to be free real estate here for the Australian side. The plant can come through. And Grayhound just clearing out the secret, making sure there's no one nearby. Bomb down, and 5-on-5 in the post plant. INTZ, how do they even choose to go for this, or do you just save so you don't give away kill bonus? That's a bit of a silly idea. You may as well always go for these kind of situations because there's no SMGs for Grayhound, so yeah, just get out of there, fair enough. Get exits if you want.
Two smokes, no flashes. We'll see what plan they have. Back and forth now.
They're hoping to catch lurkers at the very least. Dexter may be caught.
So you're not going to get to see the AWP on KNG, and you really do think about how important he's been, you know, in particular, just him with that gun. And that worries me slightly, especially because Sicko finally has his in hand for Grayhound, gets a 3K there, admittedly only up against the pistols, but it's all confidence building for him. A flawless round there from Grayhound. Or rather, damn near flawless.
Yeah, look at that scoreboard. Everyone's on, 6, 7, 8 kills, apart from KNG sitting on 14. On both teams as well. Oh yeah, no AWP, but he's got the AUG. A couple of those in play here for INTZ. KNG will be sitting back in the garage watching that main split. Grayhound do like to throw those smokes outside and then play close main and kind of walk into it. I think it was their pistol play as well. Try to wrap hell. For now, lots of utility going inside of A early on. They're just trying to fake the fact that they've got to play it down squeaky. That isn't the case just yet, but Malta's going to get out by the fence. Great position. Will he be able to find anything from it though? INTZ aware that he could be out, but not going to react. They're just falling back and waiting for someone to push. Dick Stacey actually getting a kill from the door. Malta's already pushed into the site, so he can activate here with the flashbangs going through. Both these teams blinding themselves. That's not what you would hope for, but luckily no one here to capitalize on that. Dick Stacey wrapping the site. Cello gives him the peek, and he'll win it at least, but trade's already in, and just like that, you miss it. The round is pretty much done. KNG spraying, but he'll get pushed out of main, and this is where Grayhound should have him on lockdown.
Double exchanges some damage in through the hut, and he's 15-4, so I want to believe he's going to attempt it and get damn close, but I don't know. I mean, he's got 38 points of health, and at this point I feel like holding onto the gun might be a lot more valuable for INTZ. Yeah, he's flanking around towards the hut. He's given up on going for this one. Nice attempt from KNG. He gets a lot of damage off, but the round was just too far gone. Also, I think important to note, I think it was Grayhound's flash who blinded them. They looked away from Dick Stacey's flashbang, and in doing so, turned into Cello's flash from the A bomb site. Well, Hugo, up on the screen right now, you can see Epic's GG. It's the 2019 cards with Epics. They have all the cards for your favorite CSGO stars, the chance to win signed jerseys, merchandise, and CSGO skins, Hugo. For a chance to win Get Right's very own in-game skin, make sure you sign up today at epics.gg or download the app.
Always a mobile version, Harry. 5-5 though, this is a great T-side for Grayhound. They have been putting in the work. Considering it was, what, 5-2 a second ago, Harry? You really called it. You really said this was going to happen, and frankly, it has. INTZ broken, and this is Grayhound able to potentially take the lead here. And at that point, the T-side's done, right? Like, you've got your bare minimum. In fact, more than your bare minimum. You've got your required rounds. Anything on top is just bonus, and Grayhound, they will take it. Well be pushed, though, from Yell. Double ramp from KNG. Thing is, Dick Stacey's watching this from an off angle. Will KNG expect this? We'll have to see. No, and he just walks right into it. Yell following. Malta's going to go for the peak. That certainly does kill him from Squeaky. It's a full lobby commitment here from the CT side. But even if they get this kill, Dick Stacey goes down with a fight. He takes 2 with him. And now it's a 3-on-3. Dexter wrapping back to get that bomb. And you can see Grayhound are already in heaven. This is very good positioning. Even though Cello walks back inside of the A site, he seems to be aware of this possibility and will throw a Molotov up into the rafters. It explodes, though.
Absolutely spot on, as is Hunter, as he chases up the kill.
This is a huge round for Crazy.
Cast is waiting to activate up in heaven. Yell is holding hell. I don't know, Sicko checking it, will be ready. And shuts him down. On top of that, on the back of getting the kill at ramp, Grayhound, they're straight out of hell, straight out of heaven. They throw the flash in, and that's pulled rotations away from B. Now the penny drops. Grayhound, masterful little fake throwing in. A nice mid-round adjustment there on the back of killing that ramp player. Bomb plant looking to come in, and Zand cannot find it to the knife. Tries to get the knife, and he ends up taking one to the dome. Cello left in the 1v2. 5 bullets left.
Maybe the hero org.
In the AK, has to get that reload off. Time ticking down here, and it's very much of the essence. Creeping out, Sicko's homed in on the angle. Grayhound going to take the lead, moving up 6-5 now.
I really like that call from Grayhound to not commit towards the heaven play, even though they get Dexter in there so early. So many teams would easily just fall into the trap thinking, you know, heaven's such a powerful position to flank as a terrorist. If you get it, you should use it. Well, you know, once Dexter gets mollied, even though it doesn't hold him back necessarily, it's that realization that, okay, INTZ push lobby. Where are they going to be? They're going to be back in A after they push lobby. So let's go down towards B. And you could see even Zand in events was rotating up towards A in expectation for that play. It wasn't coming through though. Grayhound back down on ramp, back down towards B. It's going to be their 6th locked in. INTZ buying up. They've got the AWP on KNG most importantly. But what are they going to be able to do with it?
Oh, Dexter's already in here through main, and that flashbang helping out from Urcast there is brilliant. Allows Dexter to get that kill. Nades into heaven, finding a lot of damage, and that Molotov actually forces 2 players out. There's a lot of good return on Grayhound's utility usage. It feels like every nade is so purposeful that gets thrown out. And INTZ already deciding just to bunker up, try and save, take these 4 rifles with you out of this round, give yourself another chance in the next, because this one's just written off.
Yeah, just really quick pace from Grayhound, not giving any time for INTZ to react. Quickly into that A site, and a 7th round locked in. Now the guns, of course, as you say, saved, going to allow INTZ to rebuy moving forward. But Malta, can he find any kills? There's a player above him. He doesn't seem to realize just yet, but that shot will go through, and KG probably wasn't ready for that. Zan getting the trade at bare minimum, but hey, a 1-for-1 when you've already won the round and you're killing, saving CTs, that's always worth it.
Not to mention, the CT you killed was the man with the AWP, KNG, losing that in the final second. I feel like that as well, the fact that KNG was still up with the AWP, I feel like was largely the reason the save call comes in there, right? Because that was the only way you were going to have an AWP into this round. You didn't have the money to buy one up. And that is just Heartbreak Hotel, because he was even trying to play the most passive position on the map. He was back in CT spawn. He believed the A bomb site was clear because he had a man in heaven. A heartbreaking way to lose something that has just been so key to the success of INTZ on this map. Let's see though, will it make any difference here heading into round number 13? He does still have an M4 to work with. Grayhound early on setting up over in radio and lobby. Looking like they want to try and contend this ramp room once again. Sicko's got his AWP towards outside. Not seeing anyone lining up smokes for it. There we go. Okay, yeah, Urcast was. I just couldn't see where he was on the X-ray. But I think he was throwing his smoke from over towards Silo. So these go down outside, and that lets Dexter once again work his magic towards his side of the map.
Yeah, 10 HP. There's no cover for the bomb in CT. They've got flashes, they had a smoke.
Oh, he might catch his timing into main if he wants. There's a player close watching it, but KNG looking away. Dexter was just tucked enough that he didn't get spotted. This gives a few seconds for him to react, and very close, but KNG's just come around the corner. Great timing from him, taking Dexter down and cutting up this main split. Destiny knows they're coming through Squeaky. He sees the barrel, but does take the kill. Always for a second, he's going to whiff it, but he won't be able to get any more than one. Urkos with a trade. There's still Cello on the site, and KNG has come back in from heaven. It's a crossfire from two different ranges. Cello stalling on the site, 20 seconds as he eventually goes down. That bomb can get planted, but they don't know where these two CTs are rotating from. It's a flank through lobby, and it's a player coming in from top.
Bombs planted out in the open, so they try and get Malta over to T-side vents. Sicko's back in hot, and Malta spotting that first man. Now he knows he can just hide, and he has the information. Gets pincered in. Sicko missing his shot onto Zand up in heaven. Grayhound giving up that 2-on-2 post plant. INTZ getting a sit to their name. AWP carried forward as well. I'm liking that they're finally able to put a stop to Dexter's little flanks towards outside as well. Because he's just been such a reoccurring problem. Even if, you know, he doesn't really play into the round in terms of kills, it's the information he's been getting and the portions of the map he's been able to take away from INTZ. Think about the amount of times we've seen him get in through mini, get into heaven or hell, and just deny so many of the rotations that INTZ try and put out. Fast A play now looks to be the order of the day. KNG getting away with a leg there onto Malta. He actually goes through and he catches Destiny switching weapons. Good. Not ready for that, and now they know KNG sits here with the AWP. Dexter, sneaky, sneaky boy, as always.
Get out of my head. 4-on-4 here. Are you in shock?
No, I'm just used to it, mate.
Yeah, okay.
I don't even address it.
Yeah, you just look away, like the way. Yeah, that's a good play from Malta. He's low HP, so a 1-for-1 there is good trade. Get some info as well on that A setup, as you said, and Dick Stacey coming to join Dexter down below. Yell, he's in a very powerful position inside of B. He's been getting work done from this with the AWP in the past and the rafters. Obviously, forces Grayhound to commit towards B if they want to find him, and there's just so many positions to check within the site. So many angles. Do you remember when there was that toxic room to your left? Nothing's changed, and Yell, nothing's changed for him. Same position, same result. 2 kills in fact. KNG getting caught on the rotate back down, but it's Dexter alone, and that bomb has been dropped window side. Yell already on the angle. Dexter just trying to freestyle it into the site, and it will not work out. 7 rounds taken by INTZ. Nice defense of B from Yell. And at least they're salvaging a few rounds near the end of the half, but it's still a very dominant T-side for Grayhound.
And here's the thing, I mean, if INTZ can keep kind of forcing the hand of Dexter to have to play down towards Secret into B as opposed to getting outside control, I feel there's a lot less one man can do with that B control as opposed to control of hell and heaven. Because you have to make noise, right? You have to open the doors or you have to break the glass. And so you've got kind of tells that you can get. You see there in that round, Dexter, while he gets down Secret, while he's set up in the vents and it gets him 1 kill and allows for that bomb to rotate in, it by no means guarantees a round in the same way that getting that heaven or hell control does.
Oh, look at this push. They're waiting for it. Grayhound 1 step ahead as they lock in a 4-on-4 in this last round of the half. Bomb's still back spawn side. This is far from a commitment here for the T side currently, but they have pushed KNG all the way back into the ramp room. Grayhound, I like how they're just sitting outside. They're not necessarily committing anywhere. They're just waiting for rotates to happen. They're waiting for INTZ to walk into their crosshairs, but it goes both ways. KNG back in with the AWP. Does he know? Doesn't seem like it. Oh yeah, he does. Molotov coming through. He must have spotted something. It's going to push Urkos back, and he actually moves safely for a second, and then just waits for the repeak.
Your safety's never guaranteed when KNG's floated around. He's got the AWP, but he's shut down that second. Now Dick Stacey and Sicko, brothers in arms, they have to fight back in a 2v4 if they want to make anything of round 15. The last in this first half. KNG still up in heaven, keeping an eye towards outside. He'll be available for that A rotate. Do be sure to bear in mind that Nick Stacey was able to get into the heavens, gets down, KNG's there. Oh, and Sicko's helped him out. They're playing off of each other so incredibly well right now for Grayhound that it's Yell left up in the 1v2. How on earth have they made something of this round?
This is the sickest dick in all of Counter-Strike, Harry.
It certainly is, and Yell creeping forward. What can he do? He's been spotted, they know where he is. Dick Stacey bested, and now Yell still a man left to beat. It's Sicko inside of the bomb site. He can't find a gun with ammo. The time's ticking away, and Sicko, one shot is all it takes. Miss shot! Oh, not like this. Sicko gets it. 8-7. What a messy round of Counter-Strike there at the end.
I can't believe that.
It somewhat takes away from how amazing that 2v5 from Dick Stacey and Sicko was, but they managed to get it done. And what a way to solidify an 8-7 half. A quick break is in order, I feel like, for us all to digest this. We will be back with the second half in just a minute.
Welcome back to a belter of a game right now. It's 8-7 down the half, split through the middle as Grayhound take the lead after playing their T-side on Nuke. Yes, that's correct. 8 rounds on T-side Nuke. A fantastic display from the Aussie boys. But INTZ, their backs are up against the wall and Elimination is just a few rounds away. Can they muster up their courage to keep this game going and bring us to a third map of Dust 2, or will they fall at the final hurdle?
Well, only time will tell. Grayhound narrowly winning out that first half puts them in a good spot here. 1-0 up in the series already. Kit on Dexter in this round. He's also got a nade to accompany that. Flash is throwing in early from Yell, trying to set his teammates up towards ramp. Actually, I think they were trying to fake the vent drop there. With those flashes and nades into that A-bomb site, they get ramp from there down towards B. Dick Stacey over in control. He's getting pressured and he's got to back away. So many bodies getting thrown at Dick Stacey. Will he stand the test of time? They do manage to get over the Dick, but they don't get past Malta. He's doubled up. KNG and Cello left standing in a 2v4. Bomb planted out in the open. But this feels like such an impossible 2v4 for them to take in this pistol round.
Kenji's just so low, and Cello, he has a flash for him, but little value you can really gain from that. It does blind Malta somewhat. Cello getting away with a frag, but now they know where he is. Crossfiring, pretty perfect hit from the likes of it, INTZ, but missed shots will spell their doom as KNG, 20 points of health, they're already sticking the bomb. 2 seconds left on that. He needs to get this kill, but it's being covered from the side, that side of ramp. He won't be able to get it, and Grayhound will get away with another pistol round. They just seem all too good. Actually was, of course, INTZ to lock in the CT1 here on this map, but in general, Grayhound have been pretty damn good with these pistols. So 9 to their name, and as if the 8-round T side wasn't enough, they've really set themselves up for success here in the second half.
tactical pause for Grayhound, though. One of the problems that they have been having is whenever they find these pistols, they do seem to struggle in these anti-eco rounds. I'm not sure what that is. I always question it, but there are just some teams where it seems to cause problems, or it seems to cause them issues. And we've seen Grayhound have a few of them.
Vitality.
Yeah. That's quite a few. And especially when you're up against a team like INTZ, right? Because if they're kind of playing in a round where essentially they don't really have much to lose, like a force such as this, I mean, this is actually a very
pistol
good
again?
force. Yeah.
What is this?
You've been able to get 2 AKs and the Krieg over on Zan.
I legitimately think that the T-side buy is better here. I don't know if it'll win, but you know, Grayhound, they have 2 rifles and INTZ have 3. Like, that makes all the difference here. Because the second that one of these rifles gets an opening kill, if that gun is retrievable, well, your armory just gets all that more fierce. But for now, not going to be the problem. Destiny gets picked up. Sicko watches Kenji get in main, some revenge.
Hilariously, it kind of works both ways, though. If you've bought up 3 rifles, you need to get some return for that. You cannot just gift these over to Grayhound in their anti-eco round, because you're just building those bank accounts up for them at this point. So one of these AKs retrieved by Yell. He doesn't have armor, and 2 of the 3 armored players already eliminated from this round. Definitely not what you wanted if you're INTZ. You really needed those armored AK'd up players to find these openers, and that has just not been the case. They've gotten outside control. But in response to this, and I love this from Grayhound, they've taken control of radio, they've taken control of Hut. Dexter's alone at B. He's just playing, listening for rotations, listening for the footsteps. And the guys on A don't even have to move. They can play for the retake down on that B bomb site. They can get there very, very quickly, both through vents and ramp.
And that's the thing, there's no way that Dexter goes down without taking someone with him. Like, from this position, considering either it's 30 HP or 2 unarmored players. Like, this SMG is going to tear through every player, if Urkos doesn't first, that is. But 15 seconds and he's clearing out hell. Dexter's moved, he's moved out of position. Have they got the wrong read? 10 seconds, it's obviously a B play because everything is quiet and they were going back up towards A. I really don't know there. That must have been some miscommunication or misinfo for Grayhound, and it might cost them the round as a result. They just had to stick with their guns, but now they've only got 1 left. It's on Urkos, 1 on 2.
He's got a lot to do, and Zan shutting it down. INTZ, they get that force buy, and you want to know, it all falls apart on the back of Urkos pushing that ramp room. He didn't see the guys down on B ramp, and so I think he assumed with outside control being taken, with the players that were on A taking Hut and Dexter being dedicated to B and him not hearing anything, ramp was clear. They had to be heaven. That was the only spot left on the map, apart from the fact they didn't account for just
right below it.
Yeah, right beneath, right under Urkos' nose, man.
Dexter would have gotten like 3 kills there. I honestly think it would have gotten everyone because they had 10 seconds left. They would have had to insta-plant. He could have just swung and killed them all. They were sneaking down B. Oh, that really is a heartbreaker. Where, you know, where you just make it cool, like they've got to be here, surely, and then your entire team moves and you get caught out. That's an unfortunate round for Grayhound, and it could turn the tide of battle quite seriously. INTZ, 3 rifles, 2 SMGs, fast pace of these MAC-10s, and they are just shredding Grayhound right now, already finding Dexter down in the secret room. Dick Stacy, crossfire, and did the shotguns there as well. Multi finds a kill, and Dick Stacy eventually falls, but he takes some damage with him. Damage is finished off by the scout of Sicko. Now low HP here still for Grayhound, and 2 rifles remain for INTZ, but that bomb has been dropped.
Oh, and Urkos getting away with the dink. This feels doable for Grayhound. It feels very doable. Cello, the only man with HP. A lot of this is going to fall onto his shoulders now, and it first involves getting over the hurdle. It's Malta, he's seen the leg, and he'll take him down. It's Zan, 1 HP and a dream. Sicko's holding this smoke. I think the rafters are just covering Zan. Just about. He's lucky. He's got by, and I think he knows, this, I like this.
Got a read.
I love this. Zand getting the first man, but Sicko holding over on the other side. He had the read, he had the play, and it just gets snatched away from him. Grayhound stealing around back, 10-7, their force buy of their own prevails.
The worst part about that is you cannot blame Zan for looking at the left side of the ramp, and the reason being is because when he snuck through that smoke, as you said, he was covering himself from the left side of the ramp. He he'd already cleared right side. It looked good, and there was no one there. So the second he gets the first kill, he flicks back, and that's when Sicko swapped sides. So great play from Sicko, but you know, that's not a mistake of Zand at all. He played that as well as he could have. Really nice try, and this is already so back and forth early into the half. Pistol won by Grayhound, second round forced by INTZ. Now Grayhound coming back in with a pistol shotgun round. And so INTZ, the question is here, it's close. Do you want to continue the force by wars? Or do you just want to let him live and give away an eco and then come back in with guns?
The problem with Force by Wars is it is like a real war of attrition, and the side that loses really loses once they go on too long, right? Like you just starve yourself of all money of that loss bonus that you could start accruing. They've gone for the Force, but you look at it, especially in comparison to that Force buy they had in the second round where they had 3 rifles in play, this pales in comparison. They've got utility to work with at least, an outside presence being shown. Krieg set up to try and dispatch of any of these players working the outside portion of the map from range. All the smoke's down, and K&G from underneath that smoke actually has gotten rid of Sicko back in CT. This leaves just the SMGs standing. Dexter's got that rifle at least, but this round might elude Grayhound.
Yeah, it's seeming that way. Already 2 picks for INTZ. Grayhound clear out the lobby this time, but the other 2 players down on B. Dexter winning that duel with a salvage Krieg as well. And 2 more coming up from the stairwell. Oh, that nade could be perfect, but he instead throws it towards Decon as they've just spotted a player down in that position. They're going to bail instead. They could go up the vents. They could even walk back out through the yard and take control towards A. Urcast has that site under lockdown for now. Dick Stacy, this could be some big re-aggression. He's going to go in through Decon and try and flank these T's. He now has the read that this is likely going to end up on A. He yells above, but he doesn't know Urcast is close. They're going to check it, but a missed spray. That could cost them everything. Dick Stacy's too low to win this round on his own, and he's already been picked up on rotation. Dexter, does he save or does he go?
I mean, this has got to be a save, doesn't it? 1v4, and Grayhound are now in that same boat, right? Like, do you continue these Force by Wars or not? And I imagine with the Krieg being held and no loss bonus banked up, they're going to have to. And that's assuming Dexter even manages to get away with the Krieg, because Destiny, oh, he smells it. He smells Dexter. And he'll get it. INTZ, they save that Krieg, they get a 9th round, and they win a Force buy of their own. This second half is off to a very odd start.
That's back-to-back 4 rounds where no one has got 2 in a row. This entire half has just been up in the air, and yeah, Grayhound, keep it up. Damn right. You're on the CT side, so I'm always down for a Force on the CT side of this map. You know, really in any situation, you can just win them like out of nowhere, as they've already shown us. In fact, is this a lobby crunch? No, Urcast is going on top of the hut. Okay, Dick Stacy, what? 3 kills, the bomb. Oh my lord, Dick Stacy. That is not allowed. 4 kills, eventually silenced through the smoke, but he's just won the round for his team, and that's all you need. I don't know. What do you even do to that? He just spams a smoke and gets 2 kills. Look at this. Oh.
No eye in team, but there's an eye in Dick Stacy. There's bullets in INTZ. What a round from him. And I love Dick Stacy for that. Like, he's not someone I think who is just like a mad fragger every game, but he certainly has moments like that more often than not, where he does just get such pivotal rounds for his team.
Yeah. I mean, INTZ after that round, their heart is probably blown out. They're going to need a Stace Maker. That was by far one of the worst jokes I've ever made. That moment of realization where you just got it.
Yeah.
Oh, the look on your face.
Deconstruct it.
Yeah.
You know?
Full-on disappointment, really. That is... I will say, I'm going to throw some question marks at 3 players running through a smoke against pistols with the bomb. That's a question mark.
Yeah, you know, you can apply question marks all you like, Hugo. I can't answer them. Can't answer the questions, but we can hypothesize. It does seem like a bit of a weird choice. I just imagine hoping. I think they just probably hoped that there was just one guy there. You know,
there was only one guy there.
Exactly, and sometimes that's all you need. Yeah, that little
Yeah.
attempted, what was it, 3 or 4 man push
kills,
through this leg. So the
yeah.
5-some down at ramp went the way of Dick Stacy, Grayhound, a 10th round, and Force by Wars set to continue here as INTZ are in with another.
Brutal scenes here, and yeah, INTZ fully able to buy still. I don't know how, Harry. It's all up in the air right now. 11-9. And what have we got? A full buy for Grayhound. No AWPs really this half because neither team has been able to build up any sustainable cash. INTZ slowed towards the yard. They got that smoked across towards red box, but they haven't really taken that moment. Just chilling for the time being. Double top part, they might actually boost up into the rafters as well. That's a possibility. Yeah, Urquhart's going to send Malta up top. Dexter getting spammed. Doesn't want to repeat now.
Now it's time for a break. After the break, it will be the second map of this series.
But we'll just try a smoke. That gives them a nice little gap to fight yard. Ooh. Yeah, that's the thing. With a gap like that where you can sort of see, you don't know how much your opponent can see. So maybe best to just bail out of that one. And not give a free kill away. It's 50 seconds left. INTZ have yet to really make much progress. Only now just getting past outside, but they've got that smoke down. They've got a Molotov to clear secret. They can get in towards this B tunnels and go for the ramp split at the same time. But Dick Stacy, he is warmed up and raring to go.
He spots players over at ramp, but just instantly gives it up. And INTZ, they do not have their minds fixated on the ramp run. It's looking like an A play. Malta getting blindsided by KNG back in main. Urquhart followed up onto, but Sicko coming in. Could be the savior here. If KNG's allowed to get any deeper, that bomb goes down. It's a 4-on-3 post plot, and things are looking good. Now it's doable for Grayhound. Dexter waiting down here beneath the vents. You're really hoping your teammates can draw the attention away from this vent push, or else you just cannot get away with it.
Yeah.
And Dexter now knows 1v3, his hope of winning this round are out the window.
And they know where he is because he threw a flash up to allow his teammates to peek in from the heaven as well. So, all the info for INTZ. I love that play. The reason that works so well for INTZ is they have all the recipe of looking like a B split. And the way they do that is they first throw all those outside smokes, they get deep control, they push Dexter back through the secret stairs, they throw that molly, and then they go towards West with the other three. They fool Dick Stacy with 30 seconds left up. That's the important thing. The time has to be low for that to work, because Dick Stacy goes, I see 3 people ramp, I see the bomb, there's 30 seconds, they're splitting B, they're down secret, let's fall back and play the time. He falls back, the A players start to adjust for a B play, maybe getting close towards vents, moving down, and that's when INTZ send those 2 outside players back in from main, and the 3 ramp players back into the A site. So really nice way to force Grayhound's hand in terms of making, or in terms of repositioning, and then just completely, throwing all that under the water and going for an A play. Works out wonderfully, and the force buys a back carry.
Yeah, we still have yet to see a team win 2 in a row.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, we're 7 rounds into the second half. I don't know how this is happening. And that's the thing, the longer this goes on, the easier it gets for INTZ, really, because they're over on that T side, It's just that much cheaper to buy on, and that's why we note they always seem to have rifles in rounds where Grayhound are running these SMGs. Dexter offers himself up to Yell. Now, lots of damage has been done early here to INTZ, but the first kill only just coming through now. It's Dick Stacy to find it.
Oh, he just gets behind CT before KNG realizes, he didn't spot him there. So close. It's going to go back in. Will catch the timing. Tags down KNG. 3 of these players 30 or lower. So this shotgun, this FAMAS, this scout, they are almost one-shot weapons at this point. Even more so than usual. Dick Stacy fully giving up outside, and the lobby push is perfectly timed. Malta drops the bomb, 30 seconds. They do have a player in Squeaky to grab that he doesn't know about just yet, but they'll make their presence known. Malta, time to give it up, mate. In the meantime, they are being wrapped from the yard still. KNG's pushed very deep, and this is where Dick Stacey can again activate from the CT spawn, but he's been caught. Destiny covering his teammate, taking that frag. Urkast waiting in the vents to pop out, and he will at the perfect time. That's the bomb, and he's dropped it through the door. 10 seconds left, KNG. He's got to take that full damage. It won't send him to the grave, but the Molotov certainly will. He could not get through those fires, and Grayhound will lock in another force by Harry. No consecutive round wins yet.
Yeah, and here's the thing. When I said this is like a war of attrition and it really can start to feel horrible, normally that's like bad enough after 4 or 5 rounds. We're now in our 8th round of force buys in this second half. A team still yet to win 2 in a row.
It is entertaining though.
It's very entertaining, but the problem that INTZ are going to have, or Grayhound, either or, is the second that a team finally wins 2 in a row, they're very far ahead, or can catch up, right, if it's INTZ.
And the worst part is, because this has been going on for so long, and in the second half, we're only 4 rounds away from Grayhound eliminating INTZ. So if Grayhound suddenly win this round now, that's 2 in a row, that's INTZ broke, that's 13-10. That might be elimination.
Exactly, yeah, and that is where this battle, this economic warfare on all fronts can really do the damage and can decide your fate. Obviously, elimination on the line. And for those of you who are just tuning in, Grayhound are in the driver's seat. 12-10 up here on their map pick. 1-0 up in the series. KNG towards outside. Not spotting anything just yet. Man getting up on top of the hot. That is Zand. Only got a PT-50 to work with, so he'll get out of there. Rest of INTZ grouping up at ramp, and Big Stacey ready to respond. He's been good at holding down this ramp for him. He's not been too shy on peeling off as well the second he spots players, but this time he hangs around and he might come to regret that. Deeg finds Dick, and now man advantage taken for INTZ. The B bomb site overran.
He got jiggled as well. Fires off a shot, gives away his position. Free kill for INTZ. Urkast catches a player moving through the yard, but that's the only frag that Grayhound have in this round, and with the bomb plant down for INTZ, it might just be a save. Looking like that is the case. So keeping up, Harry, just wild, wacky ride we've had in this second half. Grayhound, they're not going to piece together 2 in a row. It looked like they could have. This was probably one of the best chances yet. They had full rifles. They were up against, considerably worse buy than some of these other forces. Still not had any AWPing, Harry. We talk about like Sicko's impact, we talk about KNG's impact. Well, the money's still just not there, so they can't get the AWPs in play, at least in this half. 12-11, and INTZ, they've saved themselves for yet another round. Kept this one going. We really are reaching crunch time, though. There are only a few rounds left of this game, assuming there's no overtime, so someone's got to win it. And win it soon they shall.
Tactical pause, INTZ. I like the decision just to take a pause now, right? Like, you know the importance. You know you have to win 2 in a row. Someone has to, at some point. I'm sure of it. And if you finally do, and if it's INTZ to do it, they know that they're in with a really good shot of not only catching up, but maybe even taking this map, because then you go 12-12, there's the potential at 13-12 scoreline. Obviously, with those 3 rifles being saved, the buy here for Grayhound is pretty damn good, right? You've got a couple of rifles, you've got pistols on Dick Stacey and Dexter. Round 24, and a team yet to win 2 in a row. Let's see if finally that changes. INTZ getting away with a lot of damage onto Urkast, and wall banging him down to 7 points of health in the opening segments of this round. Great start for INTZ. Will they be able to follow up on it though?
Sicko is in such good position, but KNG's watching for this push as Destiny looks towards main, so if Sicko goes any further forward, he's dead. Needs to hold his own here. Thing is, this is a scary position to be in, because at any point someone could come from hut and just drop on T roof. Sorry, silo rather, and drop on T roof. Oh, he turns around. Destiny going to clear this angle. Oh, no. Oh, I think they've got a full sense of security here, and Sicko, he jiggles into it. Destiny going to get the better of him there. If he committed to holding the angle, he might have had the frag. Not being the case, INTZ a man up in this round. Slow it down. They've already done damage to Urkos. They're not aware of it. Destiny gets down through Secret, 50 points of health, and we're going to see some rotates down towards B here for Grayhound to try and control this position taken. I like how INTZ are just holding lobby again, because with all of this kerfuffle going on towards towards outside, it looks like it's a bit of a B take, but right now they're just fully ready for this lobby push. Urkos going to get pinned in the corner by the Molotov, and Cello cleans him up. Knowing that likely Pistols would be playing close, this might have to be a save round for Grayhound. INTZ are all over the A site. Harry, I think we've finally broken the curse.
It certainly feels like it. For Grayhound, they've just got to try and hold on to these rifles, and they're not going to get away with them. Dick, Stacy, and Dexter, maybe they get to hold on to this. I'm imagining next round, it's so awkward, right, for Grayhound at this point in time. They're going to get $1,900. And with 2 rifles saved, you could actually make a case for force buying again here, believe it or not. It's very, very risky, but you would have 3 rifles into this round. You can drop, you know, shotgun scouts. You can get a good buy on the cards.
Still a rough spot to be in. This has turned from, you know, a very, very favorable position for Grayhound to suddenly realizing in just one round that, oh god, we are no longer in control of this map. Of course, still on the favored side, but not that is really meaning too much with how this game has gone. So INTZ, they must be, you know, breathing a breath of fresh air right now, knowing that they finally have Grayhound on eco, at least to some regard. Obviously, 2 saved M4s and 3 pistols in this round. No armor behind them either. Sicko's going to have that AWP coming up, Harry. He's on 3,500, and that's what I cannot wait for. Because KNG might buy up his 2. Dexter getting some damage off outside. Taking down Zand on top of the silo. More players crossing towards the yard. They spot him, and KNG, how does he go down there? Dexter just quick peek into that angle. Well, that's the advantage the Grayhound needed.
I mean, I just couldn't think of a better man to take down in the opening 30 seconds of the round than KNG.
Yeah.
You know, that is like 30–40% of the pressure alleviated from this round. And so now with these smokes going down towards outside, Dexter, I mean, he can spot this. He knows that players have gotten by. And I think Urkos can make out a couple of little tippy toes there. Doesn't find a kill from it, and you can see Yell, the man with the bomb, is actually not going down Secret. This doesn't look like it's a B play at all. And Cello now making his presence known over towards that A site. He's definitely pulled some of these players away, and the fact that he's doubled up, that might be enough to win this round for INTZ.
Ooh, don't get ahead of yourself. Dick Stacy's in the door. He's waiting for the right timing to open it wide, and he's done it. Zand's gone down. Dick Stacy looking for more. They line up, but that only helps in their favor. Destiny hits the immediate headshot. Sicko's still here, but that door's been closed in his face, so surprise. Cello, what a flick. That's going to leave Dexter alone. 1 on 3. It's being covered towards heaven. He might even opt to save. He's going to have a look outside, see if there's anyone moving around. But as he walks back in, Destiny leaves, and that is unfortunate, because now Dexter, he doesn't know how deep Destiny's gotten, and he might get spotted. Nade towards the top, he's down to 6 HP, he is definitely dead here, and Destiny will finish that one off, put him in the coffin himself. 13-12.
Okay, well, there you go. Finds on the last bullet. That was great.
And there's the AWP, Harry.
Yeah, we've got that in Sicko's hands. I'm hoping we can see him return to the form that we saw him in yesterday on this map. Right, he was really making a difference on the AWP, and he's going to be helped out massively by the fact that KNG does not have his in hand. That there will alleviate a lot of pressure from Sicko. Cello gets down vents in the opening 10 seconds of this round. He's in B.
Damn, this is a ballsy move.
Sicko's stuck in control, and now he's spotted. He's like Sherlock Holmes, man. He's got the magnifying glass out, the pipe's in hand, but Cello's found him. No mystery solving today, because Cello is already deep within the site.
It's really tough tunnel visioning on that door. There was no one in the door when it was open. He could have assumed that someone has made their way deep inside of the site, but clearly not aware, and Cello is on a tear, finding Dick Stacy down on the ramp room as well. This is the B site open for business. What a play from Cello. Something we've not seen all half long. You know, Grayhound were continually getting players down vents, but INTZ really haven't put too much stake in doing that. And finally, it will likely be the result of them winning a round. It will result in them winning the round, rather. Malta's alone, and another save here for Grayhound. Third round in a row for INTZ, it seems. Even with a couple of kills from Malta coming through, it's not going to be anything more.
Zan just curved the bully.
Yeah.
There we go, mate.
He's
been watching Wanted all day long just to warm up for this game, and it's paying off. I actually do not know how he gets that kill.
No.
Because A, he's on the ladder, but B, I don't even think he can see Malta anymore.
Play RNG.
A massive round from Cello. The balls to just drop down through vents, get into the site, find kills on the back of it, and that was the big debut round for Sicko's CT side AWP. Well, it really didn't get the spotlight shone on it that we wanted. Maybe for all the wrong reasons there in that round. INTZ getting closer and closer to making this look like a reality. From being 9-6 down on the half, moving into their T side, to now potentially about to win this out and take us to a third map.
What is it with Grayhound and closing nuke games? This is the second time this tournament, Harry.
And once again, they're stuck at pretty much the exact same round count. If they get one more, I'm having flashbacks to the crazy game.
13. Dear, oh dear, they are half buying here to give away 15. They are playing for overtime, Harry, and that is never a good feeling. Shotgun and pistols. Still winnable, of course, but I'm not holding out for it. Dick Stacy on the ramp room. He gets spotted very early on from KNG. Just going to drop and reposition here. He's got a teammate. Come and help him out. Oh, he does cross. I don't know if that was spotted. Now Dick Stacy just needs to make his presence known from this position and bait them in. He can always fall down towards B and let his teammate try and do the work and then come back up. But KNG is not biting. He is not moving an inch. It's a very slow round from INTZ. They're very much hoping that Grayhound give them something, but at the same time, they're burning down their own clock and gaining very little for it. The value is Destiny's pushed outside. But where will he go from here? Because if he goes towards Secret, Sicko's pushed up in a very unorthodox position. There it is.
Yeah, just one by one. Getting wrecked, getting bested. This little parcel investment from Grayhound has not found much. Urcast thrown into the firing line and Cello doubling up. It's Dexter alone, 1v5. INTZ about to reach map point here. 15-12 on the map pick of Greyhounds, looking to dodge elimination for one more map. They want to try and take us the distance. They want to try and get us to Dust 2, of course, that deciding third map.
Sicko's back on the AWP. If we see another one of these vent dives, that would be mental. Oh dear, they're going for it. Yell's got the best spawn. Is he going to commit? Oh, he tried, but he just gets out beside the vent rather than down it. Malta getting the nade kill. Oh dear, that must have been combined with some spray damage. As Yell gets nowhere but, well, down below, 6 feet down below. Dexter's back up in main, and INTZ down a man to start this round, but Cello's pushing through the smoke. Urcast needs the trade, and he does get it in time, but that door is still open. He's got to be careful of that position. He's getting spammed in from the lobby. One player still in the yard, that's Destiny, looking for the lurk. But with door open, and no way to shut it. It's been blown off by the grenade. Grayhound have to be constantly aware of that squeaky play later. Dick Stacy's only jiggling towards ramp. He's definitely going to give this up, or at least smoke it off if he spots anyone. But right now, INTZ are throwing those outside smokes to allow for Destiny to cross down towards B, try and get behind enemy lines, maybe come up through the vents, hit A, or they have to go towards ramp. Where does this end?
Oh, no, no, no. Look at Destiny. He's not down Secret. Ooh. He's snuck right by those Secret smokes. He crossed as well, so that if there were any players nearby, he gives the illusion of a Secret push. But that was never the case. With these two players back in hut with that bomb, his goal is to get into heaven now, be the third prong in this split.
He's been caught though. Sicko's ready for it with the AWP, and Urcast is at the back of the site. It doesn't matter because he's been covered. Malta getting another kill. 10 seconds here for KNG to try and find something. He might get this kill on Sicko, but there's no way he's getting the bomb down. It is dropped in the open, and he will be 2. 13 rounds to Grayhound, trying to bring us to overtime, trying to keep this game alive on their map pick, and most importantly, trying to eliminate INTZ here, who just won't seem to give up. That's a really nice try, though. I've got to give it to them in that 3v4. You know, getting the outside wrap, getting Destiny so deep into CT, but it is spotted. Nothing enough. INTZ can buy up for these last 2 rounds of the half.
And now, back to this outside aggression for Destiny. He's looking to try and find something. Sicko is in Secret. This isn't really a position Grayhound have tried him in before. Closest we've seen him get was control down that B-bomb site. Ooh. Destiny spots him, and with that AWP chiming in, Destiny now knowing that he's got that big greed trapped over in Secret. That's quite the information gain, but he's helped out massively by Dexter. Thankfully so. Deleting Destiny outside and alleviating that pressure that was being applied. Man advantage now picked up for Grayhound, and INTZ pumping the brakes once again, just slowing this right down. That initial duel hasn't gone their way, so they're going to hold for the time being. See if anyone from Grayhound gets caught out of position. Grayhound are not budging.
That's one thing I do like at Grayhound is because INTZ are trying to outpatience them, but they're just not able to. Grayhound are not giving them these picks. They're not facing on ramp. They're not dying out by Squeaky. INTZ can play as slow as they like. Grayhound are not going to play into their system. You want us, come get us, and INTZ will. 30 seconds on this A site. Flashes through as KNG looks for an AWP pick. Now Urcast is blind, but he can just wait. He's got cover from the top side. Dexter firing death down from above. Dick Stacy on the ramp flank, and Urcast, he can peek out wide. Doesn't matter, Dick Stacy's done it all, and it will be Grayhound locking in 14. 1 away from that overtime, Harry. The fire and flames that lit INTZ alike to find them 5 rounds in a row has done the same to Grayhound. That's now finally the CT's getting some rounds consecutive. But can they get one more?
Yeah, I mean, like we can see here, you can see the very weird fashion that the first 8-9 rounds of this game, this second half went by, right? That 4-spy war back and forth. And it's only now, since getting past kind of like round 23 mark, that we've seen teams chaining them together. Overtime on the cards. Sicko taking that duel with KNG towards outside. Nade finds great damage. I'm curious if they're going to try and get down through Secret with these smokes. They do indeed. That boost doesn't give them any results. Dexter's here. Oh no! No! Dexter, run away! He gets taken down. Destiny's found him. And what a disastrous way to lose the man advantage in round number 30. Grayhound 4v5 now. And in the rounds where they've been losing players early, where they've been trying to haul their way back into it from these 4-on-5s on the CT side, this is where we've seen them struggle the most.
Sicko's here with the AWP. Oh, he's been hit. I think he shot the molly there almost. And he gets caught from KNG. He already scoped up, knew he only had one angle to peek, and he was already posted on it. Urcast wins his duel outside Squeaky. But that's on the wrong side of the map. This push is coming down on B right now, and Dick Stacy waiting for Destiny. He will get picked again. It's a 3-on-3 now. Grayhound has salvaged something, but that kill could send them packing back up towards the top site. Zan has found a frag, and now Dick Stacy needs to rotate really, really fast. 28 seconds. That bomb going down on A soon. It's only just coming out through Squeaky. Zan had to go and pick that one back up, and he will get the plant in place. 20 seconds as that goes down. 2-on-3 on the retake to keep the map alive, to send it to overtime, or to head to Dust 2.
And it's Dick Stacey and Malta now. Both of these two have had massive moments in their own rights in the games today. Tagged up in heaven. Malta, last man alive. He's lost Dick Stacey. His brother's fallen elsewhere. And KNG finds him as well. We're going to Dust 2. We're going the distance. We're going all 3 maps in this elimination. Best of 3.